Hopefully that helped you with preparing a bulletproof elevator pitch. Remember, write it down if you have to. What are you? What are you about? And why should they care or be interested? Those are the 3 little components that you should add into an elevator pitch. Write them down, maybe 4 lines, rehearse them, memorize them, and know how to be flexible with them too, to be able to pivot to whoever you're talking to. They may have a different interest than somebody else. So now that you have your elevator pitch down, or now you know how to get your elevator pitch down, we're going to talk about an element that will make your elevator pitch be even more effective. That element is likability. Now, some people are just born with likability. Other people have to practice and understand what it is that people like, right? But there are some basic components that can contribute to likability. So let's write it down. Likability. Now, everybody thinks they're likable, right? No one walks around saying, no one likes me because I suck, right? So, but there's an art to real likability, especially when trying to build a network. One of those things is manners. Let's talk about manners. What is manners as it relates to likability? I'll tell you, back when we were talking about going prepared, and I talked about being prepared to listen, those are manners when you shut up and you listen and you pay attention and you actually show them that you care about what they're talking about. Those are manners. What else that is? It's also being polite. Being polite is letting people finish what they have to say before they're done saying it. So often people feel like their story or what they have to say is more important than what you're saying, that they'll interrupt what you're saying to talk about their story as if like your story doesn't matter anymore. It's time to hear my story because mine's more important or more interesting or more funny. Don't do that because that's not polite. And people will remember when you do stuff like that because, like I said earlier, everybody wants to talk. They love to share news. They love to hear story. They love to share stories. So let them finish their story. Ask more questions. When they're done, so what happened next? Are you serious? It really happened like that? Like, ask questions. It shows that you're engaged and you care, and it's being polite and it's having manners. And what that ultimately does is bring likability to you. The third thing would be being respectful. These all kind of fall under the same thing, but I feel like I need to mention each one because they all carry their own weight, even though collectively they all equal likability. Respectful. What do I mean by being respectful as it relates to likability? Well, respecting people's time. That's one thing. If someone sets up a meeting and you show up late, that's not being respectful of their time, especially if they decided to take some time out of their day that you don't know what they have going on. Maybe they're sacrificing time with their family, sacrificing doing things that matter to them, but they stopped to let you have a part of their life, 30 minutes or 60 minutes of their life. Respect that. Be respectful for that and be grateful and have gratitude that somebody actually gave you the time. That's going to be a likable thing that people will be happy about. And the fourth thing I want to talk about is relatability. Relatability. You ever hear, when you hear people on a conversation, they start talking about this weekend, whether it's a common sports team that they're a fan of, whether it's, I did this with my family, I did that with my family, right? That's relatability. It's engaging in the conversation that makes someone say, I like this dude because he got the same interests as me. Or I like this dude because he's talking about things that I relate to. Relatability. All of these things right here will all combined be likability that helps people like you more, which means they want to be down with you more and help you more, thus becoming part of your network. All of these things here all add up to likability, an amazing characteristic trait that you must possess and a powerful tool to help you network. Next, we're going to talk about follow-up. I know we talked about being prepared to follow up, but now I'm going to talk to you about how to effectively follow up with somebody.